there we go, people. We're recording. So, if you quickly flip down to experience, beautifully delivered on a nice little tab control across the top there, you will see we have an experience table that we can use to answer these questions. So, in the sort of 2 to 3 sessions, I can't remember when we last did experience, but it's at least 2 sessions. Maybe 3. Who knows? Probably is 3.
Anyway. Yeah, I think it has been quite a few.
Yeah, we're going to slow down experience, though, because you don't want to, become too powerful.
Yeah.
Because that'd be less fun. Be less vulnerable.
Don't agree with the GM, Lily.
No, Lily's feeling like that extra XP that she's getting is for being, necessarily obsequious is in. I should have that as a number 7. It's probably in white in hidden text. Maybe it's a AI injection.
I feel like we should play till 11:30 tonight, just for no reason at all.
Just for no reason. Did you participate in gameplay, people? Yes. Yeah. So that's 1 XP win. Did you help a crew member resolve one of their personal objectives? I don't think so. I think it was very much about the
assassin.
The assassin. Yeah. No, it was about trying to find out what was going on with the crew member who may or may not have been the assassin.
So yes, Lily really was focused on wanting to find out about this assassin, so we all helped.
Yeah.
Actually, I do have them as my sworn enemy in the relationships thing.
The assassin?
Yeah. It's been like that since I did my relationships months ago.
No, I don't.
Assassin. Ben knows he is still out there. Is he still after them, or has he been called off? Ben cannot forget how they were almost helpless in the face of his attacks. He swears next time they meet it will be different. He will defend his newfound friends from this threat at any cost, and I've got him listed as sworn enemy. Or her.
Damn it. Okay, you get an XP for helping someone do their objectives.
Yep.
Excellent.
Ironically, I think that means I don't get the XP, do I?
No, technically no.
No.
Yes, that is correct.
But you get the satisfaction of being helped.
Yeah.
Yay.
Thank you for providing fuel. Did you bring your dark secret into play? Does anyone want to flag dark secret?
Yeah.
Uncle Alexander?
Yep. Every time we mention his name.
Nice.
I think it's going to have to be more than that going forward. Anyway, all right, whatever.
A photo again.
Would Ben's talk with Gar count?
Gar Boodalib?
Yeah. Going into all the blight and stuff?
Yeah, I'm willing to pay that one. Yep, I think that's fair.
Actually, legitimately with the dark secret, I did find out that my uncle is potentially on the...
That's true. You did have actually a decently long conversation. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'll pay that. Nilette, Pripyat, anything you want to bring to the table on Dark Secret Land? No? Okay.
No, nothing.
All right. Did you participate in intrigue or undertake a grand scheme?
I mean, I'm pretty sure Pripyat did a pretty good number on Hat Guy.
Oh, yeah.
He's now our contact on the base, yeah?
He is. Yeah. I've added him as an NPC. You will find him on the NPC page now. With the many hats that Lily produced in a row, so that he's got a tall hat.
Hey, it's one hat.
But built out of many hats.
Mega Fez.
Yeah. So that's 1 point for Pripyat. I'll accept.
So all the stuff of investigating the assassinations and all that, would that count as intrigue?
I mean, they did do a lot of subtle asking people around. Pripyat sent off Benni to get information. He was playing off those 2 maintenance people who didn't like each other very much, and
That's true. All right, I'll give you guys an XP for finding out more about the subtleties of assassination people. Did anyone perform an extraordinary or very entertaining action?
Me. I reckon shoving that flamethrower in the arm of that beastie to save
That
Pripyat.
was pretty awesome.
Oh, yeah, that was cool, actually. Yeah, okay, I'll give you an XP
we're
for
going all
that.
the way back there. Wow.
Do you reckon shoving that knife through the spider bot right at the end there would count?
Oh, yeah.
How about wearing a spider bot as a hat and flailing around with it on my head?
Yeah, because that counts as very entertaining action. I mean, it wasn't extraordinary, but it was very entertaining.
Yeah.
It was very entertaining.
I mean, all you did was flail.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that counts as extraordinary, but it is entertaining.
Well, I mean, there is the whole thing of killing off that beast that was attacking them. That she flamethrowed, admittedly, but I took it down with a knife at range.
You did, flung from the shuttle doors, if I remember correctly.
Actually, that was pretty cool.
That was pretty funny.
Either way, you get an XP.
Oh,
all right,
okay.
so far, just so we're all on the same page, we've got one for everyone from gameplay, one for everyone but Ben for helping people resolve their personal objectives. Bringing Dark Secret into play is a yes for Ben and for Uric of Aquitaine.
Not Uric, wrong game.
But it's not what your picture says, Rob.
Oh, I see.
Anyway,
I see
Uric
what
of
you're
Aquitaine.
saying there.
I'm just respecting your name and pronouns, which I do. So you can't come back at me on that one.
That's cool.
So
I'll update it.
Did you participate in intrigue? So yes, you did many intrigueries. Did you perform an extraordinary or entertaining action? Yes, for flailing around while under the assault of the robot. And two, yes, to Nilette for solid flamethrower usage. And then, did you have a eureka moment resolving a significant mystery? I don't think so yet.
Not yet.
No.
I don't
We've
think...
taken a
But you
step
can smell
forward.
it. You can smell
Yeah.
the edges of the mystery.
I certainly became more paranoid,
Good.
and I'm doing a diagnostic on our little spider bot just to be on the safe side.
You're doing a what? A diagnostic.
Diagnostic on the spider bot.
Just checking out, making sure it hasn't been tampered with. Maybe it's
Exactly.
watching on behalf of other people.
Yeah. That whole thing of out the...
Yeah.
Wasn't nice.
Yeah.
All
No,
right.
it wasn't nice. It was particularly horrific. So, I don't know how many XP that is for each of you. I'm trusting you can do the math.
3.
It's 3. But my experience on my sheet is showing as 4 already. Is that right? That can't be
That
right.
is correct.
Yep.
Okay.
Very
So it's now
It's now 7.
there's now 7. Okay.
So,
I, too, now have 7 XP.
Yeah.
I
Cool.
can figure out how to do it.
I have
So,
9.
And can we just do a quick around the table as to everyone's reputation scores?
mine says 4.
yeah.
5.
Good. Yeah.
Mine's 6, it seems.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's
Fair.
yours,
I
what
feel
the
like
hell?
there should be. I feel like mine
Sorry.
should be. There should be mine and daylight, but I think Ammon and I are on parity apparently, which
No,
We could be-
actually, mine is mine is 4.
Yeah. Because you're stationaries.
Yeah.
So,
That feels better.
yeah. Pripyat, you've got 6, buddy. You're in.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was just clarifying.
Yeah.
In that roundabout way.
Yeah. All right. So
Roundabout, like
now,
speed.
what we haven't done is crew points. Crew points.
Yay.
All right, and don't forget, I think it's the bird character sheet that holds the crew points. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's right. I put the crew points on the bird.
Oh, here it is too.
Yeah.
We got 4.
There you go.
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed. Yeah.
All right. Did the crew undertake a delve, trek, or great ship voyage? Yes.
Yes.
That's 1. Did the crew uncover a new build glyph or artifact? Yes.
Well,
Got a
I
few of
think
those. Got a few of those. Swamped in them. Did the crew undertake a mission on behalf of a faction? No, not really, because I don't think you should get that for... Like, it's a kind of weird one, right? Because, in effect, the entire mission is a mission for the factions, which I don't think really gets the message that we're looking for. It feels like a cheap buy. But that's okay, because I'm going to give you a faction mission on Ninhalam. So, all good, people. You'll be covered. Did the crew turn an artifact or build a revelation to a faction? I don't think you did. You kept them for yourselves, you greedy bastard.
No, we kept it.
Whoops.
The arm has been handed to the
The arm? You mean the crystalline weird arm that does nothing but is blight infected?
What do we get?
It's not an artifact, Jess, if it's someone's blight wound.
Okay. Yeah.
Hi, have this corrupted flesh. Does that count as an artifact?
We'll keep
But
that
didn't,
and we'll start a cult, okay?
Didn't that guy say last time that he thinks that the blight is the builders?
Yeah, he did.
He did. Was he right?
Up until you got to the cold part, I was about to say that sounds like my day job now, but you know.
Forensic pathology. Anyway, moving on. And finally, but not last, did the crew uncover a factional plot and or conceal/reveal it to the faction's enemies? No,
I reckon, yeah.
Oh, yes, you did, because you found out about what's going on. Oh, did you conceal it? Yeah, you did in the end. You concealed it. Yeah. The Shahrazad Collective's presence on the planet. You specifically went out of your way to hide from the people who turned up to find out what was going on, and you concealed the woman, and you did all that. So, yep, that will do, Jimmy. That will do.
All right. So was that 3 or 4?
Yeah, 1 for the ship.
3.
1 for
1, 2, and 5.
Finding shit, and 1 for factional. Yeah, that's right. 3.
So I put it up to 7.
That is probably logical since it was 4 previously. I would go with 7. Feels like a 7 to me.
Well, while we have a long journey, do you want to do anything with the ship or the crew points or anything like that?
Yeah.
I'm going to stop sharing now.
Okay. Okay.
Here we are. You're back.
Woo.
Oh. All right.
Well, moving along then.
Indeedly. Well, you can have that discussion. Are you going to spend crew points?
Yeah.
Can we do that while we're on the great ship? Is that something we can do, or do we need to be in the station to do those things?
No, you can do that. No,
probably
it depends on what. It depends on what you want to spend the crew points on. Actually, let me slightly adjust that statement.
Okay. To be fair, I'm happy to go with most of the things that you suggested. And between yourself and Ben, I'm happy to go with whatever you guys feel.
That's I was about to say, I think that Rob had some pretty good ideas.
Did I? Okay, it was a while ago.
Or should I say, Eureka of Aluminium Bay?
Yeah.
Ah, nice. Nice touch.
That was so passive-aggressive, wasn't it? Okay. Moving on. I'll change that.
Services Australia. Behave you, mate. Just saying.
I'm sensing quite a bit of that from both Thomas and Lily tonight. So
I genuinely wasn't. I find it funny.
So do I. But what brings me joy is not okay for most people. That's what I'm hearing.
Oh, Toby.
Silence.
So exactly. Did I get any pushback on that statement? No. This will be remembered.
Rob's just shaking his head violently.
All right. You can buy upgrades for the shuttle if you want, because they only cost crew points.
With the suggestions, I know there's a shuttle thread that I put stuff in.
Hold on, there's a shuttle thread. What? Okay, what are you spending points on? What are you spending points on? Are you buying a med lab? Are you buying an optimized projector? Are you giving it guns? You do have a turret.
We do have a turret without guns.
You do have a turret without guns.
But that would mean that you actually have to turn and shoot and fight things.
Well, I didn't realize med lab was an option. Technically, you can just turn the turret and keep on running away. That's what turrets do. They spin.
They spin.
Kind of one of their core skills, core traits.
I didn't I didn't realise that meth lab was an option.
Yeah,
and yet there it is.
Med lab, not meth. Med.
Right.
I mean, why split these things? That's my formal question to all of you.
Well, then you want a laboratory, if that's the case.
What about a shrine?
Yes.
No,
More shrines.
absolutely not.
Ejectable shrine.
Yes. We'll
It's like one of those rat traps, how you trap Benny in there and then you...
Yes, trap Benny in there.
You go in there,
we'll
Benny.
call it.
You'll be fine.
It's like 4 times the size of Benny. Why'd you make it so big? No reason, Ben.
You're comfortable in there.
It feels weirdly like it's in a tube. Yeah, that's just the way it is, buddy. Don't worry about it.
Oh my god, I even tick things on this. Okay.
Well, what I like is
Already got those.
why does the shrine look like a rebuilt torpedo? Everything. All right. Things. So laboratory, give you bonuses to analyze compounds and artifacts. And big cost too. Love that.
That's 5.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Let's see, library, if you want to get research bonuses. Med lab.
You want to help stabilize people, you know?
A workshop. That's what we need.
I do like the idea of a med lab. I do like the idea of that. And a library as well, you know.
I do believe a med lab should be on our ship. Or the lesser known infirmary. It depends. What kind of bonuses are you going to give us, Thomas, for these things? Because that's a +3 on the med lab.
Yeah, I'm going to do exactly what I did elsewhere. I'm going to knock that back a bit.
Nerf it.
Well, no, because the dice pools are different in Coriolis than Third Horizon.
I know. It is actually something I half expected you to do because of that very reason. So.
But I think that one in this case is balanced against you've got to be in the ship to do that thing. Like, you can't take it with you. It's only available to you when you're inside the ship.
Oh, no.
So I feel that it's a +2.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair enough.
Like, as in not a +3, but a +2.
Yep.
Which I think validly recognises the sort of balance between the two things. Actually, I need my Coriolis, the Third Horizon.
On the weapons.
Yes, I'll be right back.
Folks, one of the reasons I put the harpoon turret, put the turret at the back is if you wanted to put a harpoon cannon in there, you could. And the harpoon cannon lets you actually, shoot things like other shuttles and haul them around.
So what was that? Sorry.
I was talking about the harpoon cannon and why I put the turret at the back of the ship.
Yeah,
the best
so you
place
can
if
do
you want to
the
run a cable.
firefly maneuver where you shoot it with your massive steel cable, and then you do the giant spiraling effect that they have at the end in the firefly battle, where the two ships are spinning around as they crash to the ground.
Yeah,
that wasn't it. I mean, that's what I've got in my head.
You don't have to do it, guys, though. All right. So we've got 7. We don't have to use them all either. So. But this is good time to actually do this sort of stuff while we're in transit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can do it because you can nick shit from the great ship or the great cruiser.
Yeah. And we might have hauled more stuff from that old shuttle that the pirates tried to.
That's true. You still have the remnants of the shuttle. Yeah. Yep. So what do you want to do, guys? Got 5 points. You got 7 points. You can spend 5 of them pretty easily.
Yeah. I'm.
Oh, an entertainment.
I'm feeling something with the turret is most appealing to me. Either a turret gun or a turret harpoon thing, like you was just saying.
Yes, it depends how close you want to be to things. Do you want to haul things? Yeah. But the thing is, where are we? You could. All right. So Here's the other thing: is there's a lot of things that have got a G next to them.
Yeah, Guild Tech.
Exactly. So the harpoon cannon is the only thing that we can legitimately purchase.
Well, unless you can convince one of the guild reps that you can have access to the kit. You'd have to convince the Navigators Guild though, because they control the ship. So if you want access to like weapons, not just that's what you're asking for. It's like, hey, ship commander, we want to repurpose one of your little
on our ship.
Yeah, we want to repurpose one of your little guns, like one of your little guns, and put it on our shuttle. Is that okay? Is that going to be okay? Is that going to cause stress? Just checking.
I have to admit, I do kind of like the workshop and builder thing. I think that could be pretty relevant to what we need.
Yeah.
Like if someone's got jury rig and that sort of skill as well, yeah? Would that marry up with that quite well?
Yeah, look, a workshop and me are like we go together.
Yeah.
Their powers combined.
Indeed. But we'll have to again,
but that means no gun for you. Oh, unless you buy a harpoon cannon, which costs you 2 CP.
Well, why not have both?
Exactly. Yeah. You can have a harpoon cannon and a workshop.
Oh,
that sounds like a good option if you guys are okay with it.
Yeah. I like the sound of that.
Because I'm also keen for people like yourself, Ben, and Rada, to have something else to do on the ship when we're being shot at. And you guys are high agility and have good range combat, so this is an asset to have something like a weapon on the ship as well.
I'm sorry, are you implying that praying to the icons is not a valuable thing to be doing?
Do I even have to justify an answer to that question?
No.
Again, with the aggression, too.
I'm feeling that you do, actually. I'm feeling that.
Right.
I'm
very
feeling
darky
that you
tonight.
do. I feel like you do.
Sorry.
All right. So you've got. So you're gonna repurpose elements of the great ship's equipment, along with some jury rig shit, to create a workshop on the shuttle, and also you're gonna basically make a harpoon cannon.
How hard can that be?
Exactly. I mean, what is it? It's a rocket-propelled, stick with a pointy bit attached to a gigantic steel cable.
Absolutely.
Cool. All right. Can I get you, please, not necessarily you personally, but can I get someone to make the necessary manipulation? Oh, actually, I think it's command. Can I get someone to make a command roll?
It's going to be Rada. He's got the highest command,
requisition equipment from the Great Cruiser on the basis of we're the emissaries of the guilds. We need shit.
I think it's going to be Rada because he's got 5, doesn't he? And also he is the least annoying of us all, and hasn't been banned from the bridge. Hasn't irritated anybody.
Yeah, like it's definitely not me.
That is true, but I thought that Pripyat was getting along with Indira pretty well last game.
Was he?
Oh, yeah, I was keeping her informed, you see. So, also, did we not land on the Medi Bay? Is that sort of gone? So that you can
it feels like the Medi Bay. It feels like you said what we should have as a Medi Bay, but what the group did, and in particular the people who built shit on the ship as opposed to give direction.
And everybody have weapons.
Have gone. We heard what you said, so we got a Lancet that happens to be big enough to penetrate a ship hull, and we did get a repair bay, which is kind of like a med bay, but more useful for robots.
And everything else.
Ooh,
they have to make. Right. I'd just like to say I'd like to make the workshop first before I approach doing the harpoon.
Okay, I have I can do a straight up roll for Rada. Rada got 1 success. Which means, look, it's more about saying how long it takes than whether you get it, because you're spending the crew points, so you will get it eventually. But can I get 2 dice rolls, please, from the lead technologist on the crew, who needs to assumedly implement these 2 things? And you are capable of accepting assistance from anyone with any dice in technology at all.
Okay, cool.
Does anyone else have dice in technology as a skill?
I do. I will assist.
Okay, so you get a bonus dice for that. Does anyone else have technology skill?
Pripyat does, but he's not assisting.
Nice.
God. Grease under the nails.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Right there. That's glorious. It's like I could help.
This is not the med bay. This is not the med bay or the Okay. Good luck with that. Have fun. I am off to kick Benny around the ship.
As long as he's not being petty. Alrighty.
Right. So roll your dice. And the number of successes. Anyway, I've got a number in my head for how many weeks it takes you to do this. And I'll just tell you, I'm starting with like 5 weeks. It takes you basically the whole trip, effectively, to Ninhalam to build the workshop and put the cannon together and mount it. Like, it's not a day job. It's a
all right. So I've got a point from Nilette helping me.
Yeah.
I've got, because the workshop's a +3, does that equate to a +2?
Yeah, but you don't get it because you're building it.
Oh, I'm building that med lab. Okay.
You're building the repair. The med lab.
Workshop.
Sorry, the med lab, as it's now known. It's just in the med lab. Operation Med Lab.
It's like Blue Harvest.
I kind of like the idea that Aman spends 5 weeks going, I'm building the med lab.
Then it's a work.
All right. I'm going to assume there's no gear bonuses or anything like that because I'm just assembling it all.
Correct.
All right, let's do it. And that. All right, you get a darkness point.
Wow.
Sorry?
Straight up.
Yeah. When I do the initial roll, it doesn't make anything. Yeah. I hit it again, and it gives me 4 successes.
Okay, so it only takes you 1 week to put the workshop together.
Yeah,
but I get a darkness point, so we can deal with that any moment now. It's beautiful.
All right.
Well, let me put to you that I think that darkness point is almost a future complication that the workshop will cause.
Absolutely. One day, Pripyat will be walking in looking for first aid stuff, and we'll get him.
I've even got an idea for you, Thomas. The darkness point, the difficulty could be Pripyat instructing Benny to go in there every day and steer and just move some of the tools that is being used to build this thing. So,
well, Benny would never. I mean, as much as Benny respects you as a leader and as his personal mentor in this mentoring relationship that you have with Benny, I like it. What I think happens is every day Benny goes in and builds little icons, worshipping things out of the equipment, and just leaves them lying around, and moves everything and moves things, so that whenever a man goes in, the shifting spanner is not in the same place. Literally every time.
That's all right. I get the same from all you guys anyway.
Yeah. It's just background radiation.
At some point, Benny will cross the line.
Will he? He's pretty good at judging where that line is and staying just on this line.
It's ever shrinking.
Would you hurt Benny if he was asked to do it by someone in the crew?
Well, the first thing is, would I believe Benny that somebody in the crew would be so petty, so childish, so immature to even think about doing such a thing?
I think the
thing is, it's a win-win. It'll be a win-win for Pripyat, because if you beat him up, beat Benni up, he'd be completely fine with that anyway.
True. Yeah. True. You don't like Benni.
Yeah, okay. Let's just park that there for the moment, and we'll come back to that later.
We will be coming back to it later. Okay, all right. So you build the workshop, you mount the harpoon, takes you a week, with the assistance of Nilette, who is also consumed in workshop building activity. Even get to
build. Yeah, okay.
And you can burn make sure you knock out all of your CPs, please, so that we're down to 0.
Okay. You realise that if with all the workshop and assistance and everything, to build that harpoon, I have 15 dice. Just saying.
Yeah, I don't know if you can get 2 lots of tool assistance, because I think that's what you're doing. Really?
I'm not. No, I'm a weaponsmith.
Oh, God. Okay. All right, fair enough.
This is what I do.
Let's roll.
Roll. Anyway, no, it's all good.
I get faith that you can roll 15 dice and get no successes.
No, I got 1.
That is decent.
So close.
Anyway, all good.
Nice.
All right, that's beautiful. All right, so week 1 of the trip to Ninhalam, both Aman and Nilette are out of action, and I think week 2, Aman is out of action building the harpoon, and mounting it on the shuttle.
Yeah.
So week 1, Pripyat and Ben. What are you doing? What are you doing? There's been a death, a deadly, Aman, saw the horror, got attacked, and has retreated into his happy place, which is building a workshop in a small, safe space, having done a diagnostic on his robot servant, who bears a striking resemblance to the thing that was trying to kill him only days ago. But what are Pripyat and Ben doing? What are you guys doing? Because other people have dealt with their trauma by ignoring it and forcing it down, because that works. That's a super successful strategy.
We should.
Last time I seem to recall that we found some listening devices.
You did?
I was going to float the idea, and I don't know how practical it is, but whether we could put those some places around the ship for people who, people who we aren't sure about, or, to get some ideas. I mean, the one that reaches out to me is Utrepo, of course, but that may not be the best idea. But any thoughts on that? Just an open. Pripyat would probably has that as an open table to see what anyone thought about that.
Totally agree. I reckon we should gather them up and then put them around the place. Right. And they don't necessarily have to be at somebody's place. You could put them in in the engineering or in the bridge area.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we've got them. We might as well use them. Someone was using them on us, so it's nice to be able to turn them around. I'm assuming they're moderately easy to detect, but, while they're there, they're there.
And they're a technology role to deploy and understand and...
Yeah, but specifically are busy.
No, but yes. Pripyat, who is petty and everything...
That's true. Does have technology
at least can understand which way the microphone and the headset goes.
No, that's beautiful. Pripyat, are you going to do that? Are you going to?
Well, any ideas as to where we should do that? I mean, I don't think we're going to catch the assassin that way. I think the assassin is way too clever. But I mean, the people that stick out with me would be, if it was single people, it would be Utrepo. And then, and also...
Zero Vondal.
Yes, absolutely, because I'm still very shady about him or them killing that that person we wanted to talk to last time. So...
while we're having this conversation, I'm asking you to pass me over that wrench, by the way.
Passes you over a spanner, like a screwdriver. I think Pripyat in the workroom is kind of like, you ever seen Every Which Way But Loose? He's like Clyde. He doesn't know what tools they are. He's just passing them around. So I don't know how practical it is to be able to do those, but we could even just put them in like some sections, as you say. Engineering, the mess hall, maybe any of the social areas, just to
And with Rada's infiltration, he should be able to place them discreetly.
Yeah. I'd love to place them on the bridge, but I don't think that's worth the risk somehow.
Cool.
So yes, that would be my sort of plan for the first week, and probably I think Pripyat is probably going to spend the rest of his time, I don't know, doing some reading and some studying. Maybe keep, if you can, on the other thing that we found, the other. God damn it, I can't remember. I haven't got the words.
You're listening to Benni doing his report back on how he moved tools in.
By the way, just
bit by bit.
I have thrown up the map of the Arkhander, which you can get to. It's the Great Ships map on the thing, although there seems to be some problem with the second page, which is the ship you don't have yet, so that's fine. But just to understand, so map, beautiful. There's the bridge, which is quite hard to get to. So you want to put... you're going to put listening devices around where the nice, the nice cabins are, which is up here in the middle section. Commanding crew cabins. Like, that's where your Trepo stays. He doesn't stay down in the boonies. He's a super wealthy Coriolite. So he's up here. And then, so if you can put one there, if you want to try and sneak one into his offices. So just to give me a sense of where you're actually putting them, where are you actually putting them?
Hang on, I'm just trying to, let's get rid of that. Where is the map for the Arkhander?
If you click on the resources, it's actually in the resources tab, not in the pictures tab. I might change that soon, because now that I realise the second one doesn't work for some reason, I might fix it. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah, cool. So,
can we get bigger?
Okay, sorry. Let me just have a look at this. Okay. Crew compartments, commanding crew cabins. To I think in the engineering and maintenance section.
Okay, so down in the cargo, down the back here, where you found the dead bodies and all of that went down.
Yep. Yes, please. That's one. Not going to get out of the bridge, are we? So, the crew works in shifts, so probably the mess hall.
Okay. Yep. So in the middle of this section here.
Yep. And then how many did we get? Just because I'd like to have one in the cargo hold and one in the hydroponics and gardening, because that sort of covers to some way some of the factions. Not, you know, not.
So hydroponics up the front in the cargo zone. This is the main cargo domain here. In the middle, obviously, you've got, so that would be 3 listening devices sort of scattered, and then one in the mess, and well, that's 4. So that's probably all you've got.
Okay. All right. Well, so definitely want the commanding crew cabins.
Okay.
Engineering.
Right, so that's 1.
Definitely want engineering.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so then probably the hydroponics section and the cargo hold.
Okay.
I'm thinking, and anyone can sort of argue with me, but I'm thinking about places that not everyone would often be at. So we can kind of isolate a little bit the voices that we hear or the people and the conversations. We can isolate them. If we do it in the mess hall, everyone's going to be there at some point, different times. Yep. So it's just going to be a hubbub and lots of noise. So they're my theories.
The hydroponics one's a good one, I was thinking, because people will possibly go for quiet walks through there.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, like that. So that's them, please.
All right. Can I get a technology roll, please?
Oh, dang it. Here we go. Roll. Oh, 1 success.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. So, and can I get a infiltration roll, please?
Oh.
Would Rada be doing that?
No.
No, because I'm placing them, I guess. So.
Yeah, you can't be the person who rolls technology to place them, and not the person who rolls technology, who does not roll infiltration to place them.
0 successes. So I'm gonna push that.
Mm-hmm.
0 successes.
Okay, so you think you've done a good job?
Yeah,
is the answer, right? Like you place them, you think you've done a good job of hiding them. It is what it is.
Yep. Cool.
All right. Cool. Okay. So you spend a couple of days, kind of working out where you want them to go, and then placing them. And then Ben, what are you doing while all this is going down? Oh, hey Dan, you just arrived in time.
Oh, excellent. Sorry, I was a bit late, guys.
No, that's all right. We did do XP, but we might treat with your XP separately.
Okay.
Just so we don't go back over it. That's all.
Cool.
All right. Although the group did get their crew points, and they have bought a med lab, which happens to have all of the characteristics of a workshop and doesn't actually heal wounds, and a harpoon gun for the shuttle.
Oh, sick.
Also, it does not heal wounds.
We need like a hypodermic needle, which is definitely part of a med lab.
Med lab, yeah. Because Pripyat demanded a med lab, so he's getting a med lab. Just ask Aman.
He's definitely not acting out and getting Benni to like mess with Aman's stuff out of spite.
Definitely not. That's not going down either.
Fair enough.
And we've just been placing listening devices around the ship for the first week of the trip to Ninhalam.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it should be noted that Aman's a absolute whirlwind in the workshop and has is building the workshop in the shuttle in record time.
Trauma building,
exactly. Trauma building. Forcing it down and replacing it with Git.
Excellent.
And has a weird sort of petting relationship with their robot spider now. It's a bit weird that no one talks about it. All right. Ben, what are you doing? Got a week. Okay. What are you doing for the first week?
I'd actually kind of been thinking about this a little before the game.
I expected no less.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
No. That wasn't meant to be a negative statement. All right, continue. Sorry, I apologize.
And I don't know, I couldn't really think of anything in particular about our mission, but I thought maybe I could do something that would let one of the other characters have a spotlight on their dark secret. I sort of came up with a way that it could go.
Spin it out.
Yeah. If any of the other characters would like to jump in when I finish the sort of spiel thing, or if none of you are interested with how the situation's set up, I guess Tom can just use his imagination to throw something in there. But yeah, I just thought it'd be a good way that we could bring some of the other characters' dark secrets in. Initially, I'd sort of thought Nilette, because I don't think we've had that as much yet, but she's probably busy in that first week.
She is busy in the first week.
Yeah, very busy.
But yeah, I'm still, happy for anyone to jump in, and Ben can listen to them talk about their dark secret or anything else if they wish. Does that sound okay?
Go for it. The question is, what are you doing?
Alrighty then. Okay. So Ben is in his room working on the guard duty rosters. Up until now, he had considered Zira and Gar as people he could really trust. However, after their recent conversation, he's not sure he wants Gar to be patrolling alone anymore. Or at least not near some of the more sensitive areas. He's trying to subtly rearrange the shifts so it's not obvious. Maybe make sure Zira is able to keep an eye on him more. As he is working this out, there's this what sounds almost like two people knocking in unison on the door. He sort of stretches and goes to the door. He opens it, and initially he sees no one. However, then he looks down and he sees Garuka just standing there. Garuka flies up and makes it very forcefully known that he wants Ben to follow him. Now, this isn't actually that unusual. Every so often, Garuka will descend on one of the explorers seemingly at random and decide they need to stretch their legs, and he'll take them for walkies around the ship somewhere. However, he's never come directly to Ben's cabin to fetch him before. Usually he just grabs one of them in a public area somewhere. However, Ben's pretty glad to take a break from desk work, so he willingly follows where the bird is indicating. They twist and turn through a few corridors. Usually when they go walkies, Garuka doesn't seem too fussed about where they go, and the two heads just sort of, natter to each other a bit as they wander. However, this time one of the heads seems to be really listening or trying to sense for something. And then the other is really strongly indicating in the direction he wants Ben to go, urging him to pick up the pace, mate. They seem to be making a beeline somewhere specific. Ben wonders what the problem is and is on the verge of calling for someone to sound an alarm or back him up when they come to this deserted stretch of corridor. He thought he heard something like a sob or a chuckle, is not sure. He looks ahead and he sees this figure sitting on the floor. He can't tell, but maybe their shoulders are shaking slightly. With shock, he recognizes X. At first, he wants to go in the opposite direction. This is not a situation he's really good with dealing with. Emotions, oh dear. Garuka flies from his shoulder and lands next to the person. He starts rubbing a head against each cheek of the figure while making a crooning noise, like he did to Nilette at the docks. Not that Ben would know that. Ben gingerly walks over and sort of sits down on the floor a few meters opposite them, giving them some space, trying not to seem too threatening. And he says, Has something happened? Is there anything I can do to help? I know I'm not eloquent like Squall or Pripyat, but however, if you need to talk about anything, I can listen.
Well, it definitely sounds like Nilette. I have to say, it definitely sounds like a Nilette thing.
Well, if you want to jump in there, then.
Yeah. Thing is, Nilette doesn't really want to admit to anything that has happened in her past because she feels incredibly embarrassed by it all. It's been made well known to her all her life that she's lets people down and says the wrong thing and does the wrong thing, and she doesn't understand why, because she's just trying to do her best all the time. But they always get upset with her, so she's probably just eating baklava and having a little cry about being a teenager and feeling really bad about herself. So she's going to give you some baklava too. And burble something incoherent.
I guess Ben will just hold it awkwardly, and his sort of Nilette is usually the ball of sunshine sort of in their group, and so this is oh no, I've got to do something. What can I do to make this better? And he says, you don't have to say anything, but please know that I'm sure we've all had our troubles, and anything that you say to me, I won't say to anyone else. Can I do anything to help?
Yeah. I know. It's like Nilette's gonna sob at Ben. Can you be my big brother?
I think that Nilette actually does. Ben has one younger sister, and Nilette really does remind him of his younger sister, even though because she always sort of maybe her head in the clouds just a little bit, and she was also really good with tech and that sort of thing. And he says, of course, I hope you can trust me with I will do my best to help you and everyone.
So, she'll have like this big smile on her face, like with the tears running down her cheeks. Like I miss my big brother and I can't see him ever again. I need a new one.
Why not? Surely your family would accept. If family is, well, even if they don't necessarily agree with your life choices, they should be there for you.
Not anymore. Not anymore. I screwed up too many times, and my uncle told me I can never show my face again in our system. So I can't ever go home. They're too ashamed to see me. So now it's just me out here. But now you're my big brother, so that's something.
I'm so sorry to hear that, but like you say, you have a family here now. You have a family in all of us, and we will do everything we can to help you, and I hope that you can I hope that this helps in some way. And I think he'll, I don't know, just, pat her shoulder awkwardly, because we've seen how Ben deals with like emotions and stuff. But he's trying. He's really, really trying.
Well, his trying is more than adequate for Nilette, who, dries off her face and jumps up and shoves the rest of her baklava in her mouth and is like, all right, gotta get back to work now, and runs off.
Okay. And I guess Ben will shrug, and then he'll remember he heard someone saying that the chef was preparing a new special baklava recipe for I don't know, one of your Trapo's motivation things, and he makes a mental note to go via the kitchen, maybe liberate some of it and bring it to the mess hall next time he has a meal with the rest of them, because he knows that Nilette would appreciate baklava.
Yes. What a wonderful food it is, even if this one is probably made with mushrooms and God knows what else.
And artificial sweeteners, and
yes.
Maybe it's that beet juice one that I posted on the Discord.
Beet juice. That is perfect, actually. I love it. Let's go with beet juice. It's got a vaguely Greek, Russian story background to it too. It speaks to me. Okay. So, Rada, what are you doing for the first week? The ship has entered the slipstream. You're on your way to Ninhalam. Aman and Nilette are lost in the creation of workshops. Pripyat is creeping around the ship in a slightly awkward way for Pripyat, because he's normally very loud and proud. So there's a bit of weird stuff going on there. And Ben seems to be locked in their own universe. So what's Rada doing for the first week of the travel?
For lack of a better word, I think he's lurking. So he's just kind of just every now and again, because he's just like, he's so suspicious of everyone outside of this core group now.
Yeah.
Like, there's, who knows who's got what spider bug crawling around in their guts. Who knows who's who's secretly working against them. So just, he spends that first week or so, every now and then you'll just be turning a corner and you'll run into him. He's just like in a spot where he can just casually listen to people, casually watching people, and just looking for anything that strikes him as out of the ordinary or worth kind of noticing. I don't know if he's at paranoia levels yet, but he's probably just at this, like, just looking for potential trouble.
Okay. Can I get a infiltration roll from Rada, please?
Yeah, you most certainly can. One moment. Oh, why is it an error?
Restart, maybe. Hopefully that's all.
Right. I'll just doing a quick reset.
Is everyone else able to roll dice? I rolled dice. They worked.
I just couldn't open the character sheet.
Oh,
here we are. They're all back now.
Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah.
It was very, very slow when I had to reload something just before.
Yeah, because I changed everything to row level security on the SQL database, so things just run a bit slower.
All right, so 76 roll pool. 1 success total.
Okay. So Rada, you are, as you said, lurking.
Mm-hmm. I was trying to think of a nicer word for it than that, but that is
it's beautiful. It's everything. It's everything. It describes exactly what's going on. So you are indeed lurking and traveling around. Now, the sanitation and maintenance and support crew came in for a fair amount of noise previously. Frey Donoro was specifically mentioned as the sanitation lead, who might be slightly dodge. So I'm going to point you in their general direction because they are one of the groups who got name checked through the last investigation. So you are floating around their space, which is a weird sort of combination. It's in the cargo area mostly. They sometimes appear in some bits of the engineering space. They also appear in the hydroponics because, of course, all of the waste products are recycled through the hydroponic system so that no water is lost and no nutrients are lost off the ship, and they are regenerated for consumption. So the sanitation crew, which is comprised of Frey Donoro, Pel Anjar, and Goffer Berlin, have become something you're particularly conscious of, along with the ventilation steward, Salah Tivar. You have realized, or you've become aware, that the four of them, during their off period, so when they're not working, they spend large amounts of time in the hydroponics lab when no one else is around. And seem, at least at first glance, to be quite furtive about that activity.
Would I get a chance to inspect it when they're not around?
You absolutely can. Yep, you can search the bejesus out of the joint. So give me an observation roll, please.
I'm expecting some kind of speakeasy. Like I press a button and this little bar turns up out of nowhere. Oh, good! I've got +0 to this. You know what? I'm going to use my gambling feat to get a critical success on this because I have 2 dice.
Okay,
and
all right.
I get 3 successes on my gambler's thing.
Yep. And I get a darkness point.
You do.
Thank you. Okay. You search the hydroponics lab for anything that seems hidden, suspicious, or out of place. And you find a section of the hydroponics lab that had been, or some of the hydroponics systems had been routed through a cavity in the wall, in the hull. So someone had effectively cut into the inner hull of the ship. And it appears that whatever was growing here has been taken away, but something was growing here, and you're not sure what because it's not sort of your expertise. But you've definitely found, if it's not, it looks like they had gone out of their way to conceal everything they've done, and they had the right skills to obviously move the filtration system and other things around to provide growth, nutrients, and water to whatever they were growing / tending to in this cavity. The cavity is about a meter square.
Mm-hmm.
And a meter, so it's a meter deep and meter high and all that. So, yeah.
Would I, just because I'm heightened with my own experience of blight experiments and potentially guiding them, would I be able to get the Garuka to come in and just scan for any blight infection, just in case?
You can absolutely get the Garuka to come in and scan for a blight detection.
Right.
Make a command roll for me, please.
All right. Roll pull. 1 success.
Okay, so you're able to get the Garuka to scan via the little tappy device, the Garuka device. Or the Garuda device, I should say. You get an indication that yes, there is some remnant blight, but it's super small. Like, this isn't a major blight site or anything like that. Like, whatever it was pretty pedestrian stuff. And to be fair, there's probably little bits of that everywhere on the ship.
Yeah. So it's not like it's unlikely to have had like squashed a blight infected person in there to grow some nonsense around.
Correct.
That would have been much bigger. Okay. I might. The best person to bring that to would probably be Nilette once I've done my own little kind of sniffing around, I assume. So I'm going to go up to Nilette and say, look, I've been keeping an eye on the crew. Don't ask me how, but I've come across this little space. I don't think they were using it to grow anything blight related, but maybe if you're the person with the knowledge and the skills that might be able to work out what they were up to.
Not me. A man was in the Gardener's Guild. He knows about growing stuff.
Right, I'm trying to.
Yeah.
I think we already went over.
Oh, have we?
Let's go and talk to him.
Yeah.
Actually, it is the part of the Gardener's Guild stuff that I did do. I didn't do any plant stuff. I did all the hydroponics and mechanics.
Excellent. All right, so I'll bring my finding over to you. I'll bring you my scanner results, and if you ask, I'll take you to the cavity when I know that they're occupied elsewhere.
What week are we in right now?
This is still sort of the end of week 1.
Yeah,
so,
I've got to finish this up. I can have a look at it, like on what you're telling me, and see what I make of it. But Nilette is the science one.
Yeah, I was going to say it's actually a science skill, not a technology skill.
Oh, all right. Well, I do have the science stuff.
My instinct was right.
I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye. He is so grumpy while he's working on this thing. Don't you think so?
You have no idea. I'm glad to take a break from him.
All right. So I'll take you down when I know it's clear. Yeah. So when I know they're working in different sections of the ship.
Well, I guess this is if we're doing a scan and we're looking. It's a natural occurrence, at least as blight is sort of natural. Yeah. I can use my science. I use I've got what kind of scanner have I got? I've forgotten. I haven't put all my stuff on my sheet. Anyway, we'll scan it.
Okay, give me a science roll.
Alrighty. Science. Cool. Woo, 2 successes.
Okay, so you've only got residue to deal with, and it's pretty vague, but it's some sort of fungus or fungus adjacent life.
Fungus is pretty weird.
Yes, it is.
So, Yeah.
I think the key word there is life.
Would this be a fungus that might cause someone to hallucinate and go crazy on shift?
Could we tell that?
You could talk to the people who specialize in hallucinatory substances. Because Nilette's from the Navigators Guild. They're actually a fair way away from where where this is playing out. Like, your science is mostly, let me tell you where the stars are and how slipstreams work, and you know, the guild science that you are an expert at. So you have at least some knowledge of basic science when it comes to biology, but it's effectively like the Gardeners Guild protect their knowledge, just as the Navigators Guild do. The Navigators Guild don't go telling everyone how slipstreams work, because if they did, then they wouldn't have a job anymore. And the same goes for the Gardeners Guild, who don't go sharing all of their biological genius. You do know, however, well, let's just say that there are disputes within disputes within disputes. So there are two groups who are famous for working with hallucinatory substances. Starts with B, ends with toad.
Oh, the black toad. So you think the Caravan Dow might have something to tell us about it?
And the Gardeners Guild.
And the Gardeners Guild. Yeah. So, well, once a man has got his midday finished, you can talk to him. He's going to be a little bit grumpy till it's done. Or we could go and talk to someone from the Black Toad.
All right. I think, we don't know how much longer whatever it is going on here, how long the evidence might last that we can look into. So maybe we should go talk to the Black Toad people then.
Pripyat has had a little bit of experience with things like that in a past life.
Has he?
Yeah, so maybe he could have a look and see what he thinks. I don't know. He's also had some... Sorry?
Do we have meals together? Because I think if we have meals, it's not something we'd be hiding. So if we're having meals together, I'd be like, "Oh, I found this thing. Had Nilette had a look. She, she did the best that she could, but hit a brick wall. Does anybody else might know anything else?"
Pripyat's got a bit of a background in substances of the mind.
Yes. And it's a nice little, and that's a nice little way to utilize my dark secret. So he was also sort of beholden to the Black Toad for a while. So he might be the nearest stopgap that you have before we take it outside the circle. So I'm happy to have a look at it. I don't know what that
Do you
would
have
be.
science skill? Does Pripyat actually have
I do. I've got
skill?
one science skill.
Cool.
Yeah.
Now, noting Pripyat's background, you're looking at this residue.
He starts sweating.
Yeah, and like the obvious way to have a pretty good idea of what it is to lick it.
Go on a journey of the mind, man.
Benni, come here. I have something for you to do. Look, Pripyat, he's got a bit of time up his sleeve. Look, I mean, he'd probably go into his cabin and do it under controlled circumstances.
Move it around, just trot it.
Sniff it, lick it a little bit, just with under strict circumstances to say that check on me every couple of hours.
We just entirely skipped this next second week.
Yeah, pretty much.
So can you make a force roll or a survival roll? Force, I think. Can you make a force roll for me? It's in the skills. You have 0 dice in it, but
I do.
Yeah, make a force roll when you test this stuff the old-fashioned way.
I rolled 1 success.
Bloody hell! Look at you.
I know.
The power of a giant.
That's fucking. I've only got 2 dice.
Yeah, nice.
I'll take that.
All right, so you kind of, look at it, press it around a bit. It feels familiar, and you've got a bit of a background. You take the smallest little bit and put it on the tip of your tongue, and you get hit with this intense feeling. This kind of euphoric wave washes over you, and you've actually had this kind of experience before, so it washes over pretty soon. Although this is pretty intense stuff. This is orange dust.
Good, excellent.
The
okay.
somewhat orchid dust, sorry, is what I meant to say.
Right.
The somewhat standard hallucinatory euphoric sort of drug that is derived from various flavors of, or at least it gives the same effect. It certainly feels familiar to you.
At this point, to be fair, Pripyat, whilst he kind of enjoys it, he has some concerns that the ship that he's on, that's hurtling through the void, obviously has some people who are probably in control of important parts of the ship who are getting fucked up while they're doing it. So he'll report that back to the group and then see what they want to do with that information. Maybe Aman, you should try this. You'll sleep very well. You seem very stressed, my friend. I've not seen you for a week.
It probably wouldn't affect me. I've got a lot of force under my belt.
Or at worst, it could ratchet up your anxiety worse.
That's right. Maybe I could microdose.
I hear it's what everyone's doing these days to get a bit more focus. All right, so the substance is orchid dust.
Okay.
Or at least the remnants of something, but at pretty high concentrations.
Right. I mean, in a way it would be disappointing or concerning if someone on the ship wasn't doing, creating a still or something like that realistically. So, that might be Pripyat's second week then.
Building a still. Sorry.
It's some Hawkeye still equivalent, isn't it?
All right, so that's what you discover.
So we should probably keep an eye at your instincts were good, Rada. We should see whether they are selling this, or is it being used to put in the systems, the food or the water. It could be something as harmless as some people, wanting to while away the time, but it also could be something that people are introducing into the systems, and which then has some flow and effect on everyone, particularly in charge of the ship.
You probably described it as much, but I just want to be sure. There is no way that they were letting it leak into our hydroponics, our water, our food, or anything like that. Even though it was stealing water away, it wasn't leaking then back into our system, was it?
You're not you'd need to make a technology roll to work that out.
Well, not me. I'll ask the question and see if anybody wants to work it out. Because,
I do have a small level of technology, just a 1. I could go and at least have a look. And then Because if someone's just taking drugs, I don't care about that. But if they're introducing it to the whole sort of food chain and the ship, then could be a problem.
That was my last minute realization just then. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sounds like the plot to a really bad 80s movie.
Or a really good one.
All right. So Pripyat, you find yourself at the hydroponics area.
Cool.
Give me a science roll, please.
Okay. To success. I feel like the count goes in my
It doesn't appear that is what was happening. No, it appears that it was. Well, sorry. Let me be more careful. In my language, it doesn't appear that was the intent.
So it's just someone still, basically.
Now, if you can't be absolutely certain there wasn't some degree of cross-contamination because it was circulating water and nutrients in a shared system, but it wasn't the intent.
But it could be a nice little lever for us to make sure that person is keeping our eyes out and such for us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if someone wants to look at that, Pripyat will just keep a few little slithers for himself. Got another 4 weeks to go on this rattle trap. So
yeah. Pripyat scrapes up the remains of the orchid dust and puts them in a baggie.
Yeah, just making sure it's not leaking at all.
That's right.
Prevent further leakages. I wasn't intending to be this kind of semi-police officer, but I think I declare for the second week that my action will be to see where they've moved it to, because clearly this is where it was. I want to know where it is now. They must have caught on to me following them somehow. So there's a way I can follow them via security cameras or something like that?
The 4 of them.
Yeah.
Salativa, Frey, Denoro, Pell, Anjar, and Goffer Berlin.
Just trying to work out where they converge, because that would seem to me that's where...
Make another so you don't actually have access to the security systems.
Oh. I can't roll infiltrate just to follow them around in that case?
Well, no, you can. Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm going for infiltrate to follow them.
Yeah.
Hopefully I don't get spotted this time. So I assume they spotted me and that's why they moved them.
Mm-hmm.
3 successes.
3 successes. Okay. Salativa, Frey, Pell, Goffer, and the entire cargo crew. Yehudzort, Gerbazort, Dimavjal, Largo Kimmer, Sanadir, Lonnie Mitox, and Ranas Varel, who's not technically part of the... Oh, maybe they don't join, actually. Maybe they're the outlier. Yeah, Ranas Varel is an outlier. But the cargo specialist and the sanitation crew and the ventilation steward get together once a week in the cargo area in one of the big cargo containers that's been loaded onto the ship. And you can sort of hear muttered chanting and smell weird incensey smells coming from it while they're there.
Yeah, which I, of course, report back to everyone else. So either it's a bit culty, and or they're just blowing off steam the only way they can in this tin can.
Luckily for us, we do have an icon expert in our crew. Maybe we should see Benni and get him to see what they're up to.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So if there's anybody who's going to not stand out in the cult,
Well, I think Benny would be fine in a cult, provided it's a cult that he enjoys. He'd more have problems sitting in the group passing the bong around, I think. But you know,
Yes.
he's expendable.
Well, look, if you think he's able to get information without revealing any, I'm happy to let him work his so-called magic, I guess is the term.
Yeah. I was wondering. I'm not that. I think it's just those guys getting a bit high. But maybe we can keep a loose eye. Or we could put one of the listening sort of things nearer to them, and then get Benny to listen to what they're chanting to get an idea of that, to keep him out of the group, but that he has an idea of what they're doing. Last time we discussed the possibility of getting shipwide scans on all the crew.
Yeah, you did.
To see if people have metallic spiders in them.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something we should still sort of investigate? No? Yes?
No, I'm all for it, but I just don't know how we can implement it in some subtle way.
Well, it couldn't have to be. If we get the first officer involved, it doesn't have to be subtle at all. It could just be, okay, everyone, it's time for your, buy void transfer, physicals, and that could just be part of part of the scans.
As standard protocol for off-vehicle shore leave, a mandatory scan is always required, he says, because we don't know what you're going to bring back onto the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I get everyone to make force rolls for me, please?
Dang.
Everyone. Okay.
Well, this is going to be hilarious. 0.
Hang on, I just got to save that. Is this endurance related?
No.
Okay.
I also got a 0.
Ben got 0 successes, but I think I want to push that. Is that okay?
But you can't.
Oh, I can't? Oh, right. Yeah, you said last time. No. Okay, Ben got 0 successes.
I'm fine. I'm in the workshop. Everything's good.
We're all going for this journey together, apparently.
I can just see this is going to be an isolated thing where I come out the other side, everybody's going, what the... what? Anyway. Enjoy.
All right. So, So as you come into the second week of your trip to Ninhalam and you're having this conversation about we should be scanning everyone for, robot body things as an excuse for scanning people for a whole stack of things, as I recall vaguely was the point of the thought.
Yeah.
Nilette, that first week where you felt really alone and Ben found you in the corridor, obviously, weeping for all of this, I'm not really that important, despite the fact you are now directly connected to the guild leadership, which, in a sense is the perfect example of how underconfident and how beaten down Nilette actually is, because you're actually literally a specialist advisor on behalf of the Guild of Navigators. But she's still like, I can't go back because I'm such a failure. But in the second week, this idea of Ben as the older brother has 1,000,000% taken hold. So my question to you is, what creepy behavior does Nilette exhibit with their now, identified focus, who is the replacement for their entire family unit? Like, because Ben is literally, like, in Nilette's hindbrain, the replacement for her whole family unit, what creepy behaviour does Nilette exhibit in the second week? And lean into the creepy, please. Lean in. Feel free. If you need a moment, I can ask someone else a similar question while you conjugate while you contemplate that question. Pripyat. In the second week, you've got that baggie of orchid dust, which in a lot of ways is kind of totemic of your failure. Like, it's the very thing that drove you and resulted in, the death of someone very dear to you. So in that second week, what extreme action does Pripyat take to ensure that orchid dust is somehow both constantly present in his mind but also impossible to access?
Well, Pripyat, the orange dust is almost a physical reminder of his past and how he let his nephew down and left him to die. And so it's a visceral thing. He's in his mind, but he also knows that drugs, whilst can often be bad, they can also be quite useful, and particularly in medicinal purposes and such. So his idea initially, sorry, Rob, is with the new med bay that's being made on the ship, that he would probably secure a section of the med bay for that to be there where he knows it is. He knows it can do harm, but it could also do some good as well. And so that would be his thing, and it would probably be, Pripyat's, medicine or something like that. So he would approach Aman in full ignorance of what's actually happening there, and ask him to make him a little, secure place for this thing that is dangerous, but if handled correctly, can actually be used for the benefit. But it's something that he needs to hang on to. Is that work for you? Is that okay?
Well, perfectly fine by me. I guess the question is, what is Aman doing in response?
Sure. Put it in here, and I'll keep
just
it
painting
in the
red
safe
crosses
place.
on everything. This is very important. I know you have much important work to do. The med bay looks good. A bit smaller than I expected, but obviously bits pop out and all these kind of things. Very good. But
yes,
this
the
is
beds
very
are
important.
a bit hard tapping a workbench.
Yes. I feel I might do myself an injury just getting treated in here, but it is important for me, and I'll be open about it. This is something that a past that I'm trying to get beyond, but also remember, because it is important, and it is a turning point in my journey. So if you could please somewhere safe, secure, that we could put it, that I know that it is there, and it's somewhere that is in my mind, and that's probably his little thing.
I understand. I'll put it in this container, and I will keep it safe somewhere. Right. I will probably keep it next to the blood storage unit. I'll keep it in the blood storage fridge.
Pripyat actually feels like they've bonded a little bit over this, and so hopefully Aman, has associated guilt from that as well.
Now, of course, Aman having had contact with people at the lower levels who've been caught into this whole drug thing, is trying to help you. I'll keep it safe.
And Pripyat might actually make a bit of a thing of it after one of the dinners. So where he talks about it, this is it could be a really a watershed moment where he it's a a drug that he had taken previously. He was addicted to a bunch of other things. He probably never really told the story of what had happened, and he would probably, in some ways, talk about that and open up about it to these crews. Not Benni, just the circle.
Not Benni.
Not Benni. He's out fucking in the torpedo shaped toilet. And saying that, this is a point. It marks a point that has been nailed home. That these are the people I can trust, and that I do not want to repeat my failures of the past, and have anyone that I care for get hurt or killed. And so he's going to make a bit of a thing of it, and then we'll get drunk afterwards. That's the thing.
Nice.
All right.
Okay. All right. So you share broadly, which I think is healthy. Ben.
Just quickly, I write tongue depressors on it, and I just put it over on the bench.
Got it.
Yeah.
Ben. Oh no, hold on. Nilette's got the answer to my creepy question.
The answer to the previous question. Nilette has now become Ben's little mealtime shadow. So she has memorized his patterns, so she knows that every time he goes to the mess hall, so she's there ready to pop up just before he's about to go to the mess hall, so she can go with him and they can go and sit down and she go and get the food and bring it to him, because like food was like the central part of her family life. And so now she's like, bring your food, big brother.
Beautiful. I actually think that's perfect. So whenever Ben leaves the shuttle to go to the mess hall, you're not there, because you've already gone ahead and placed yourself in the mess so that it's not weird. Like, you're not tagging along, but you're there always.
Yeah. And I get his food for him. Because I've got to look after him now. He's my big brother.
Ben, you're sort of, you feel this connective tissue that you're trying to establish across the whole group. How, you've all thrown around various ideas of who you think the assassin might be, and how you would, and whether they are or not has not been, kind of commented on. But to ask the question of Ben in the second week, who does Ben think the assassin is, and what does Ben do in the second week to start to try and prove that?
When you say assassin, I assume that you mean the assailant who killed those people on the Arkhander.
Can be up to you. Who do you? Well, Ben has a strong belief that the person who tried to kill you is still alive. Somewhere.
Okay.
And I am absolutely certain right now, you are convinced that they are somewhere on this ship.
Okay.
If you need to think about it for more than a second, I can hand over to Rada. I have something for them as well.
Okay. Well, look, I think that Ben thinks that the best defense here is to just like I said before, he was really, he felt helpless before the...
When you were ambushed in the open and almost killed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't want to be that vulnerable again. So I think he's just like really stepping up his training and stuff like that. He's not, a sneaky person necessarily like Rada, so he doesn't think that is the case, but he thinks that his job is to protect his crew, especially now that obviously Nilette is looking up to him. And because like he genuinely did have a little sister that she reminds him of, and he sees these people as now his family. He wants to protect them. His skill is combat, so he is spending a lot more time as much time as he can, just sparring and probably with Zero Vandal and that sort of thing, because Ben just doesn't have the paranoid mindset that these other people do. And it has definitely led him astray in the past, and it may be leading him astray again. Because he just does not suspect all these people that, he thinks Benni is a, stand-up guy, and he thinks that now that, they're on a mission to help the Third Horizon, surely Zero Vandal is also completely trustworthy.
Nice. Okay, so in that scenario then, so to sort of take that back and turn it around then, how does Ben build that bridge of absolute trust with Zero Vandal? So you're sparring with them, but that's what you've always been doing, right? Like, what secret, what offer, what thing do you do to connect on a deeper level with Zero Vandal? And while you think about that, Rada.
Yeah, okay.
Dan, are you there?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, so unlike Ben in Asir, Rada is a paranoid who trusts no one and thinks that everyone is out to get them. So on that note...
And yet to be proven wrong, frankly.
And look, as a life choice, as a lifestyle choice, it's probably the winning game of this world. Who does Rada become convinced is the real threat in the second week? Like, what is the real threat? Because you've got a few choices, right? There's a blight-infected captain who has melded their body with the ship's systems. You know that. There's various options for the deadly assassin who attacked the Free Gahand movement people, who might also be trying to kill you. There's whoever placed the deadly robot spider inside someone. There's at least one missing person who's not been found. There's these people who gather together in the thing and do weird prayer stuff. And that's just touching on the tips of the iceberg, as it were. So who does Rada become convinced in the second week is the real threat?
I think I was thinking about this while everyone was giving their answers. I think Rada is starting to see out of the corner of his eyes little robot spiders. That's just kind of like, he sees a little spider move, he turns and looks, oh no, it's just a pipe fitting shadow moving past. So I think he starts becoming more and more convinced that maybe absolutely there's more of these spiders around. Are they infecting people and without them knowing? Is there somebody in the background who is controlling them? And yeah, he's just kind of, that's probably his bigger focus as far as the threat is concerned.
It's the miniaturized robot spiders that are A, watching you, and B, and to give you the leading the witness moment, and are crawling into your bodies when you're asleep.
Yeah, I don't know if he's gone that far in thinking, but he's like,
no, not yet. No, don't worry, there's room.
Yeah, but he's like, we need to figure out the scanning process. We need to know, like, have I got one now? Every now and again, like when he's by himself, he's just like, just patting his belly to see if there's a bulge or a movement. The alien facehugger style.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just this idea of this unknown quantity that could already be affecting him.
Okay. All right, that's perfect. As it turns out, Nilette has various types of scanners.
I do.
So, and there is that artifact that can manipulate biological matter in ways yet to be fully tested.
I think if we are reaching this level of...
Not yet. No, I'm just... Those ideas are swirling in Rada's brain.
Yeah. He might go for a scan and at this point be mollified, but ask Nilette to scan them.
Yeah.
But if he starts, like swirling the drain of extremity, they might be increase in frequency. But right now, it'd just be like, oh no, Nilette's done the scan. I'm okay. Everything's okay. At least I know I'm okay.
For now. Because, of course, whoever's getting the robot spiders could get one inside you later.
I've got a reinforced helmet. I might start sleeping with that on.
Yeah, no, that's why. That makes complete sense. Yeah.
If that's like a external side of the spiral, that's what I'll start doing.
Yeah, that's nice. I like it. Yeah, you've like got the little breather on and you're asleep at night in your little tent. Ben and Asia, how are you building that bridge of trust with Zira Van Dow?
Okay, so actually I was thinking about this logically a bit more. So I think a pretty good reason why he doesn't think, going back a bit, why he doesn't think that Zira Van Dow is in any way connected to that assassin. The assassin tried to kill Zira Van Dow. Ben explicitly saved their life from the assassin trying to kill them.
True. Very true. Yeah.
If Ben thinks that assassin is now on the ship with them, which I don't know, but anyway, then he explicitly thinks that it can't be Zira because they were almost killed by the assassin.
True. But my question was, Ben builds connections and trusts people. So what are you doing to increase the trust that Zira Van Dow and you have in each other?
Does Rob want to go first?
No, Rob's not got a problem. No, Rob doesn't need to answer any of these questions. Rob's good.
No. Oh, is he already gone?
No, he had something else.
He succeeded, I think.
I don't know.
That force check, I succeeded, and the rest of you didn't.
Okay.
And I've isolated myself in the lovely, wonderful workshop.
Is force sort of like a willpower thing?
It's a physical thing.
Okay, I don't know. Ben does something really, really, really stupid, and he makes a pass at Zira Van Dow.
Okay, all right. Well, Zira Van Dow is completely comfortable with that. Zira Van Dow is completely comfortable with that. All right, so you make a pass at Zira Van Dow. They're a bit taken back, but they're not anti the idea in any way, stretch or imagination. You're physically fit, reasonably attractive, at least in their eyes, and they will definitively reciprocate if that is your intent. But for now, it is just you're being, in effect, touchy-feely / interested.
I can't
all right.
this because I've got the camera off, but I'm face palming really hard.
It's all right.
That was a good result. Anyway, okay. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
You've taken all that sparring, that extra little step, a little nudge.
Yeah, okay. So let's just say that this is like happened before, and Ben knows it's a really stupid idea because like they've had this in the past where, you know, having feelings for people makes you vulnerable and stuff, but because they failed that whole willpower force thing, that happened.
Yep.
Okay.
I think the thing is Ben trusts everyone and wants everyone to trust it, to like each other. Like Ben is a community person, not a
that sounds
isolate.
right.
So if you want to think about it slightly differently. The question was kind of trying to lead to how would Ben go the next level on building that confidence with Zero Van Dow that they obviously feel in Zero Van Dow, but maybe Zero Van Dow doesn't feel in them. Like, how would Ben treat with that question?
Oh, okay.
Like, how would Ben go, I'm gonna, like, I know that Zero Van Dow's a great person and I trust them because they're, you know, they're fellow travelers. We've fought together against multiple opponents, even if the first time we met they tried to kill me. Like, so, you know, what would be Ben's way of, in effect, in the same way that Ben, you know, has kind of adopted Nilette as the younger sister, like, Ben's a person who wants everyone to like them, I think, ultimately, to not get too deep into it. And that doesn't mean that doesn't mean a relationship per se. It means Ben wants everyone to trust him. No, it's okay. It's fine. It's just I was building on the fact that Ben is doing this thing where he's like, you know, constantly he trusts everyone, he's got faith in everyone. So what would that mean?
Quickly, is Zero Von Dow is the one that we took the armor off, the heavy armor, and Ben's now wearing?
Yeah.
Yep. But that was okay because you gave them back their Mercurium sword.
Yeah, that always helps. That's cool.
They don't care about the armor, it was just money, as far as they're concerned. Whereas the Mercurium sword was genuinely a family heirloom that they would have.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I was just kind of pointing out there is a connection through that as well.
There is. All right. Anyway, okay. I don't want to make it hard, so it was just a thought. All right. So that's happening. You guys are all feeling slightly on edge. Can I get a observation roll from Pripyat, please?
Okay. Damn, I'm quite good at that. 0 successes. I'm going to push that.
Okay.
1 success.
Okay. So, I think Pripyat at least is aware that you're at least slightly aware that your behaviour's a bit stringed out. Like you have a familiarity with these behaviours, if that makes sense.
Yes. Yeah, I think he's self-aware enough to realise these are behaviours before that have led him to really bad places, and so he's doing it now, but with purpose. That makes any sense? Is that what you meant? Well,
it's just that Pripyat sort of has an awareness of the sort of the way certain drugs make you hyper-focused or hyper, or like Pripyat's response to certain types of drugs is known by Pripyat because they used to be a massive, they used to be addicted, and Pripyat is kind of aware that this kind of, I'm going to put this thing in a jar and it's going to be this kind of magical solution, and when we need it most, it'll be available and we can smash the glass and then we'll have access to it. Like, because that's the narrative you've told yourself, right? Like, that's Pripyat's internal narrative is, I've got these drugs, they're super useful. I'm putting them in this jar so they're both there and also available.
No, I was thinking more that it's kind of like, don't break glass. Like, he feels that he knows that he's got it in him to go down that bad route again, but he feels like in his own mind, because of the death and the trauma and the years that he spent thinking about this in one way or another, and the time that he spent trying to get himself back to where he is, that he feels like he could do this kind of, like, he doesn't want to touch it again, but it's a touchstone, if that makes any sense, to the past. And it is, but it's also a cautionary tale in a jar. So it's more about, he doesn't have anything that his nephew gave him, it's a totem in some way. So he's like, I think I can handle that. But that's tied in with, because the drugs clouded his concern or fear or care for his nephew. Now he feels like with the group, he's got more people to care for, but also who then also care for him. And he's finally able to recognize that. And so he feels like he could have it next to his bed and he'd be okay and use it just to, I'm gonna take a week off. That may not be the case, but that's what he feels is the case. So he feels like it's kind of safe, but it's also an important totem for him to be better. If it wasn't, it's like, I love chocolate. If it's in the house, I'll eat it. But if I go to Coles, I don't necessarily buy it. So it's like that. He feels like he can have it there and be fine with it. But also down, in the burrows of his mind, if things get really bad, it's all his confidence is based around the fact of where he is now and the people that he's with now. He has trust, and for the first time in probably years, he actually feels like he has trust outwards and trust inwards, and love outwards and love inwards as well. He's putting a lot of his emotional weight on these guys in the group.
No, that's all good.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so at the end of the second week, you are going to have made... So, who's leading the delegation to go and convince Indria Kanda, the first officer, that we should scan everyone and you should let us?
I feel Pripyat should be involved in that. And we should, if Aman has still got the bits of the fucking robot thing, we should, I don't think it'd just be Pripyat, but yeah, he should definitely be involved.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you rock up. Who else is coming with Pripyat to convince Indria Kanda that this is the right thing to do?
Absolutely coming, but I spend the entire time scouring the room for devices.
Nice.
Okay.
Previously, Ben had actually been given a mission by Malkuras about finding a drugs mole. So perhaps he can, if Pripyat and the group is okay with it, perhaps they can talk to Malkuras as well and then get them to also come and say, hey, there's drugs on board and we got to do something about this.
I'm okay with that, except that I feel like it could be a more useful lever in some other way. I don't know, but happy to go with like.
I was more thinking that if it's not only us, but if it's also a member of her own crew coming up to her and asking for this. And also means we have to, bring in another mission that we need to solve.
I think she should definitely know that there's drugs on board. I don't know if we should. I think we should play dumb as far as we know who's doing it. Although we don't owe them anything. And if that's a way to help convince her, then absolutely. But I think we only really need the destroyed bits of the spider bot if Aman hasn't cannibalized it to use it for something else.
Has Aman used it to cannibalize for other purposes? Did they put it in a box and put it on a wall?
I probably wouldn't have cannibalized it. I've got no reason to cannibalize it right now. It's spare parts if something happens to our bot. But the other thing is that there might be, I'm assuming somebody has come down to talk to me every now and then. I'm assuming that there is
a... I'm not sure if you're talking to people, though. That was the...
Not really. I think it's probably just one-line answers.
Right, okay.
But if they said, oh, look, have you got the bits to the robot? And I'll probably say, surely there's a camera in the med lab. And leave it with that. Because there's your evidence there.
That's fair. That's a fair point. I would assume that Aman is sitting down for meals with us. Surely Nilette's going to make sure that he's sitting down with meals with us.
Well, there was that early period where Aman thought it was all going wrong and got very shouty, and Nilette is still recovering from the shouty period. When they failed their role and then they spent the darkness point to push it.
Yeah. But I am calm and level-headed, and when Pripyat came in and gave me stuff to take care of in his somewhat weird state, I put it over there. I am curious kind of what's going on, but I've got stuff to do.
Building that harpoon gun. All right. Yeah. So, I go back to who's going to Indria Canders with this request for scanning?
Yeah, not me.
I feel like Nilette should sit this one out.
I don't think I'd be helpful.
Walking darkness pointers.
Yeah.
It looks like it's you, Pripyat. Everyone seems to have pushed you forward.
Well, Ben, I think Ben's got some cred. Doesn't Ben have some street cred as well? Training guards and stuff?
Yep. No? All right, so Ben and Pripyat, give me a dice roll.
I was going to say I was coming along as well to
to scan the room for detection. Sweet. Okay. Give me a roll, and it looks like you'll get a bonus dice, is what I'm hearing. And it's manipulation.
Manipulation. Okay. And then with a bonus dice, yes. Yeah. Oh, hang on. Have I got anything that I can use for that as well? Hang on. I'll show that. Can I use? So what was the skill? Did you say? Manipulation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I use my bureaucrat skill, which gives me +2 on manipulation? Which situations concerning law or administration?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So. Manipulation +2, and you said there's +1 from Rada as well? No.
No, just +1 dice from.
Okay. 1 success.
Do you want to?
I'll go with that. No, I feel like I've given you enough already.
All right. You haven't exactly hit it out of the park. And like scanning every member of crew is like scanning 50 people.
Mm-hmm.
And so far, like someone who didn't even stay on the ship became infected with something, and then that thing attacked you. But yeah, she's not super convinced. Like you haven't hit it out of the park. She's not, let's go and scan 50 people on the basis of like this person came out of nowhere. You can make a observation roll for me, or another manipulation roll actually is probably the right language actually. But without any bonuses, just.
Okay, cool. Another success.
Yeah. So no, not really. Because you're asking, so let's be super clear. You're asking for scanning of them was what you wanted. Not like, I want to do a drug test on everyone. Like, scanning is someone lays down and someone runs a big machine over them and images their whole body looking for, or at least images their torso, looking for spider bots or whatever it might be.
I actually misunderstood. I thought we were doing that. The drugs test.
No, I'm pretty sure that's why I'm confirming that we're all on the same page. It was scanning of the torso, right? Like because that was the original plan
that I proposed.
The original plan was
after
go up
the
and
horrible
scan
thing.
everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the end result. I mean, I would remind her that, I mean, if you're happy having people aboard your ship who can explode into spider monsters that then kill people and explode themselves, then that of course is your purview. But
Well,
the assassin has not been caught.
No, but I don't like the assassin. Whoever they were fought to protect the ship, and then a random individual who left the ship and tried to ambush you and kill you had something crawl out of them. Like, I don't see the connection between these two events. Because she doesn't. She actually doesn't.
Okay.
And two, that person left the ship for almost 24 hours, and when they came back, that thing attacked you. Like, it makes much more sense to her, and this is her fundamental argument, it makes much more sense to her that was a result of her engagement with the Free Gahan movement and some sort of, effectively kill switch than some grand sort of assassin is hunting us all down on the ship and killing us.
But a limited number, at least leadership, people who are involved with making decisions, maybe not the whole staff, but we saw this person die in the most horrific ways. And if somebody was trying to, in some way, cripple or disable this ship, at least making sure that the critical people are not infected by these things. I've undergone the scan. It's not dangerous. It's not onerous. It is just prudent.
I mean, it's a good idea to do it, but if she's not that keen, well, that's fine. We'll go on as we didn't know it before it happened, so we'll just continue onwards anyway.
Yeah, so she just won't agree to it.
Okay.
She doesn't think there's enough evidence to back up the argument that everyone on the ship needs to be scanned. For whatever reason, she's not keen to just hand wave it.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough.
All right. So the second week ends with you guys sort of stymied on this attempt to get everyone on the ship scanned. Third week, can I get force rolls, please, with -1 dice?
Ooh.
I'll just roll 1 dice then.
And Amand,
yes,
if
same.
you could give me a roll as well, please.
1's 10.
Okay.
Ben has 1 force dice, so Ben rolls no dice.
Oh no, it's force. It adds your strength to it, so it'll be.
Oh, in that case, I didn't.
So when you roll, it'll add strength to the dice. So it's force plus strength that you're rolling.
Where do I put
So 1 success from me.
0 successes from me.
0 successes again for Ben.
Yeah, 0. Big fat
And
0.
Rada?
1 success.
1 success.
Nice.
Exactly. All right. Week 2, or week 3, I should say. Sorry, more correctly. First of all, before I raise anything, Rada, are you still monitoring these guys who are hiding out in the cargo container?
So I think that they cleared it out because they saw me following them. So if the plan is that we were getting Benni to infiltrate the group and see what they're up to.
Oh, are you getting Benni to infiltrate? Like, that's a genuine question. I know it was bandied around, but are you sending Benni to infiltrate a group of believers?
I was leaving it up to
I'm happy
Pripyat.
to. Benni's not my.
He's your pet. Don't even pretend otherwise.
He's not my pet. Sure, why not? Let's do it. Make him You know, otherwise he's going to sit around and chant in our ship the whole time. So, yeah, let him do it. And if he gets a cold out of it, good luck to him.
Yeah. Okay. So you want me to join believers and understand why they believe?
Well, we want you to understand what they believe. We want you to understand why maybe they do this in a closed, secretive fashion, and whether you think that they might be of danger to anybody.
Oh,
just use your instincts.
Oh, I will find out what they believe. I will talk to them. They will tell me.
Excellent. You are the one most qualified to do that.
I am.
Most qualified.
That's right. Okay. Make a. Manipulation roll for me, please.
One success.
Okay. All right. So about 2 days later, Benni sidles up to you, Pripyat, in a particularly sidly way. Sir Pripyat. Pripyat, sir. Pripyat.
Yes.
I have bad news.
What was that?
They are not believers in the icons.
Well, interesting. What is it that they believe in?
Oh, sick to the stomach I am. I'm sick to say it out loud. They are believers in they're Shiva, I think they are called. It's a very weird name. They they're like gardeners. You know the gardeners, right? You know them.
Yes.
Yeah, you know them.
I do.
Well, yeah. So you know about they have some weird beliefs, yes? Yes, not like good beliefs.
Benni, just one thing first before we start. Are any of them named Kerfala? Is this the problem?
No, I checked. It was the first thing I checked in on. Not a single Kerfala among them.
Excellent.
At least a Kerfala you can know. These people there. Sorry, I got the name wrong. Ezra villains. It's villains. See it in the name.
Right. And what are they doing, Benni?
Well, they gather together and they kiss plants.
They kiss plants.
Yes, they're plant kisses.
Right. And have you figured out why they would do this?
Because they think plants are the reason for us. Not the great icons. Oh, no. Not the icons, no. No, they believe that the plants made us so that we will serve them and spread their seed wherever we go.
Right. Interesting. Do you think... is it just what about the... did you notice any part of their rituals that were a little bit strange or exotic?
I could barely hold my dinner in when I was in their presence. You wanted me to listen to them? Like I listened to the first few words and then I saw them kissing the plants and then, oh my God, it was just disgusting.
Interesting, Benni. I thought that one as learned as yourself would be interested in seeing the views of other people, even if only to examine.
No heretic, sir.
No.
I believe in the icons and their cousins, the shadow icons, and also I do also believe in the spider, but the spider is just the traveler. But the traveler with, you know, the main game in mind. Survival.
Right, okay.
But not this plant loving. Like, where is the icon in the plant?
Well, some would say that perhaps the
Yes, some would
icon...
say yes. Some would say that suns are actually just balls of hydrogen burning in the sky. But I know better.
Of course you do. Well, thank you, Benny. That has been most illuminating.
I probably should warn you that they might know that I do. Anyway.
They might know that you disagree with them.
I am not saying that I punched any of them. I want to be clear about that. That is not what I am saying.
Right. Okay. Excellent, Benny. Well, I must say I am, well, I understand your concerns. I am a little disappointed that you...
I am so sorry I failed you, sir. This is why I came to you directly.
I thought perhaps you might be a little bit more broader of mind.
I am very broad of mind. All 9 icons and their shadows in here.
In here.
All of them.
Yes, well. Okay, well, excellent. Thank you for that.
You can thank me anytime you want. But just know, in my heart, I still serve you. In my heart.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Benny.
I trust that you treasure me as much as I treasure you, Sir Pripyat.
Your trust is well placed, Benny. I don't
This is good, because if my trust was not well placed, it would hurt me so.
Well, of course.
Yes.
We do not want to hurt you, Benny. You are a member of our crew.
Yeah, I know. Perhaps you could speak to Sir Rahman about this. He seems to have a bit of a dark turn towards me. But he respects you.
He's a very busy man. He's a very busy man.
I know.
He has all the stresses of trying to keep us alive from all of the dangers out in space. So,
but you should tell him that if he followed the machine icon and placed a blessing for the machine icon on the ship, it would work better and he would have less stressing. I tried to tell him this, and he threw me out.
Yes. Well, he's a man much like you, who is equally very strong in his beliefs. So perhaps we just let him do what he does, yeah?
Yes, but we must also help people understand the truth. That's also important, yes.
But Benny, if you want to understand the truth, you must be open to listening to other people's truth.
I listened.
You listened to a few words and then punched someone. Is that correct?
I did not punch anyone, sir. I said that. I said I did not punch anyone. I was very clear on that point.
Right. Okay.
I may have kicked someone. I may have kicked someone multiple times.
There it is.
But at no point did I punch anyone.
Benny, I must say that violence was not part of your remit. So if the captain comes down and wants to put you in the brig, I will speak on your behalf. But you must learn to control yourself.
I agree. But then I was thinking about what the judge would do. And then I felt I should kick them.
Interesting. Okay, Benny, thank you. I shall pass on
it is my pleasure.
Your findings.
Yes.
Maybe stay clear of Ammon. Ammon is very busy right now. Stay clear.
I have been placing little machine icons like you asked me.
I did not ask you to.
I'm sure you asked me. That's why I did it.
Hmm.
We had a conversation. I have very clear memory of this.
Do you, Benni?
Yes, you came to me and you said I needed to help a man. So I helped a man.
What was it that you did, Benni? Exactly.
I simply... I noticed that he had some loose things lying around, and I found places for them.
Benni, I want you to find all of those things and return them to where they came from.
Oh, of course I will do this.
To a man.
Oh, yes, of course. But you don't want me to bother him. You said that.
I do not bother him, but leave them where he can find them.
So now I must return them to him, but he must not
know
I have returned them to him.
A man is working on making the ship more safe for us, for all of us.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, I will do this. I will return them to a man so that he does not know that I have returned them.
I will be checking, Benni.
Of course. I would expect no less, Sir Pripyat, sir. Thank you. I will go and deal with that now. Is that okay?
Back to your torpedo. Probably some time for some reading and reflection, yeah?
Yes. I need to pray to all the icons. I feel dirty.
That must take quite a while.
It will take some time, but there's a speedrun version which I use. I can teach it to you.
That is fine, thank you.
It's very fast. You can get through all of them.
Many important things to do, Benni. Thank you. And I just shut it.
All right. So, week 3 rather. Pripyat. You've got this knowledge now about the fact that they are followers of the Orchid. Can you please make a culture roll for me? Un Culturoni, as you are not a member of the Gardeners Guild. I should make the point, Aman, you're free of impediment at this point, yes?
Yep. I've got 1 success.
Mm-hmm.
2 successes.
Gardeners and toads have provided me with some sort of immunity to iocane powder.
Exactly. Iocane powder. Odorless. Tasteless. Yeah. All right. So you've heard of the Ezra villains. The more nuanced definition of their belief, i.e. the one that goes beyond Benni's stated concept, is they basically believe that plants are the center of existence and humans exist to care for and tend for plants. So plants are the reason for things. They are, at least inside the halls of the Gardeners Guild, they are known to be the ones who try and push the science. So they're the ones growing they're the ones who might be tempted by, how could I take blight and infect plants with it to make them more virile or stronger or tougher, or how do I crossbreed plants to get a different outcome or a better outcome? They're the crazy scientist cult within the Gardeners Guild. And all because they believe plants are the real point of existence. Like they're the important life form, not people. So that you know. Now, should be noted, the people who are, at least the names, none of them are bigwig members of the Gardeners Guild. But they are probably members of the Gardeners Guild, having said that, because the Gardeners Guild owns the life support systems of the ship. Although the cargo crew... Anyway. All right, so that you know. All right, so is there any follow-up to we can't just scan anyone that you guys want to try on?
Is scanner tech something like that we could could when I say we, could Aman or someone make up our own scanner?
You have scanners.
I do have scanners.
Yes.
And I am supposed to be your Tripo's morale offsider. Wondering if we could set up some kind of event and then offer free health scans on the side and get people to do it voluntarily.
Why don't you just rig up the light that's above the doorway to the mess hall with a scanner that will ping when it finds something?
We could do that. Yeah,
What have you guys been up to for the last 3 weeks? It's been pretty awesome so far.
So to tune it to just detect the presence of a spider.
I would have thought it would needed to be more involved than that, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. To do a full scan would be more than just someone walking underneath something.
But you just treat it like a metal detector.
Yeah, to do a kind of a metal detector, and I suppose I could test it on our spider to see what picks it.
And Nilette, you can go hack into the records to see who's got a prosthesis and things to narrow that amount down. And then the remainder there, if anything pings, will be a potential subject. What? Was I the only one who thought about this?
Yes.
Well, do you want to attempt the we'll rig the light up?
Yeah.
Or something like that. I mean, it could just be part of the bulkhead or something.
Make it part of the door frame so everybody's got to walk under it to get into the room for the...
where people are going to walk, you can easily just go light at a junction or wherever you want to put it. But mess halls are...
Social event. Well, yeah, we're gonna have a Utripo social event, and everyone will come, and when they walk in the room, they get scanned. Well, we'll get a little ping if it's something to follow up on.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, what social event are you organising, Nilette? Utripo seems very distracted.
Oh, by the way, I'm holding some tongue depressors for some reason.
That sounds like something we should investigate as well, but this first.
Yeah. I think it's got to be theatre sports kind of games, but guild versus guild. So everybody's got to come and
kind of improv pit.
Absolutely.
Improv pit. That's awesome.
Charades in space.
All right, so everyone gets dressed up as pig. Oh no, sorry, hold on, wrong menu. You are are you going with improv theatre troupe?
Yeah.
Theatre games.
Yeah, absolutely. Because they're all a bit every bad corporate team building exercise has got to have some kind of
some sort of awkward social activity that every introvert just kind of cringes and dies the moment they're dragged out into it. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, Utripo seems broadly comfortable with this plan. So we're going to have a theatre sport. We're going to do it at the end of the week, and the plan is we will. It'll be guild versus guild. So we'll have guild teams.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Great. Even that's excellent. What about the people who aren't members of guilds? Where do they go?
They'll have to have their own non-guild team.
Oh, it's very inclusive of you. We're not recognizing your independent existence. You can all just be bundled as the others.
Yeah.
Rabble.
You say to the Coriolite who isn't a member of a guild. Awesome. All right. Sure. Why not? Okay. So that's the easy bit. The hard bit is building the sensor and getting it to do anything useful.
Yeah. And I'm going to have to build a trophy most likely as well for this thing.
Sure. Is the trophy going to do anything, or is it just a trophy? I need to ask.
It's tempted to do something, but no, it'll just be a trophy.
Okay. All right. You're not tempted to make it, if you're held by the one true king, it glows or something.
If you detect a spider, detonate or
Detonate.
No, it's just going to be a trophy.
Okay, I do like the idea of a trophy that detonates. By the way, I just want to keep that one on the back burner. But
sprouts legs and scuttles.
Yeah, it's that guy. He's a spider lover. All right. So you guys are doing that. Ben and Rada, what are you guys doing this week? If anything, what's going on with you guys? Are you?
Has my paranoia reduced with that successful force roll earlier?
It hasn't gotten worse.
All right.
Have I noticed you guys are acting weirder? Or is it just sliding scale? Sorry?
Sliding scale.
Okay.
They're mostly keeping it to themselves at the moment.
All right, that's normal.
Yeah. Although Pripyat did overshare a week ago, and Nilette is hanging out with Ben in a really kind of vaguely attached way.
If I'm not getting any worse, I don't think I'm upgrading from lurking to creeping.
Good.
But I think I will. I think I will go continue lurking because that.
Okay. Yeah.
It led to something.
Yeah. Make a. Well, I guess one question is.
Mm-hmm.
So Vos Nilari, the person who may have left the ship and disappeared. There's been no really strong effort to see if Vos Nilari's anywhere.
I don't know how convinced I am he might still be on the ship, but he's as good a person to lurk after as anyone, I guess. So yeah, I might be keeping an ear open for anybody.
Well, you could be lurking on the people who've now been identified as these random Ezravillian cult members.
I think, at least initially, I'm waiting for a report back from Benni because we haven't heard that yet.
Well, no. So Benny's given the report. You've got the news.
I think I might go up to that first choice anyway. Yeah. So just see if anybody's talking about him, wondering where he is. If anybody seems a bit too curious about his fate, and see what they're up to.
Oh, Vos Nilari.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the entire engineering crew are quite concerned about whatever happened to Vos Nilari. Because as far as they're concerned, he was never a problem. He was never a troublemaker. Yeah, him and Kafala had a thing, but it didn't last long, and Kafala was a crazy person who, didn't trust the guilds and wanted to bring about the downfall of civilization and cause us all to die, so they deserved whatever happened to them. But they're all a bit worried about Vos Nilari. The other thing is, they're also all worried about Gattu.
The cat.
Yeah, because they haven't seen the cat in a couple of days.
I think I'll switch to being concerned about the cat more than anything else at this point. So if I can maybe lay out traps, because if nothing else, it's a pest concern. Or certainly we don't have a cat tearing up our wiring or anything like that. So I might switch to a cat trapping.
Okay.
Cat lurking.
Cat lurking. All right. Make a survival roll.
Oh, good. 3 dice. Let's see how this works out. I'm going to push that. Just because you don't have enough darkness points. Make your little shing noise. No successes.
I haven't made that noise all night.
But no successes, unfortunately.
There you go. Cool. Are you telling anyone that Gattu is missing?
I think if I run into somebody else, I'll tell them that's what I'm up to. But otherwise, like, it isn't to explain my behavior. But I think I might be a bit too embarrassed to bring it up at the dinners.
Okay, all right.
That I'm getting outfoxed by a cat, I presume, with that role.
You certainly don't find any sign of Gattu. But important point, Gattu broadly had free run of the ship. Like, Gattu wasn't limited. Gattu went around and kept the mice population down. Ben, let's just suggest that you run into Rada and find out about Gattu, the missing cat, since I know Ben would be concerned about Gattu's absence. Ben strikes me as a,
Yeah, so Ben will alert the guard to, if they see any sign of Gattu, please let us know. We're concerned about the cat's welfare.
Okay. Well, none of them have seen Gattu in a couple of days when you bring it up, and this actually causes a large portion of the ship population to get quite excised about Gattu, the missing cat. Like, that spreads like wildfire, because it's actually the ship's cat, and they've only got one of them. So there's quite a significant effort in the second half of the week to find Gattu, with people trolling through the whole ship and looking for signs of Gattu. Are you in any way, or are any of you in any way attempting to coordinate that, or direct it, or pointing out places where people could be searching?
I think I am.
Awesome.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. I will allow you to make an infiltration roll with no bonuses, on the basis that you're good at hiding places and those sorts of things.
Leaving out of cats.
Yes.
2 successes.
Okay. The one area that you know people will probably not immediately think to look, but is probably not a bad place, is effectively the inner hull. So there's a 2-layered hull on the ship. There's an inner hull and an outer hull. The inner hull has, crawl spaces and other things through it where all the wiring runs and all of that, and where various conduits and piping and other things run. So sort of crawling through all of the spaces on the ship, all these little conduits and other things, is a good place. The other thing that occurs to you is you actually have a device that would be perfect for crawling through those spaces if you can convince some arm that now is the time to let the spider robot off the ship.
I don't know given that I was seeing them out in the corner of my eye, I don't think I'm going to suggest that we unleash the spider, just because I'm already pretty paranoid about seeing them all over the place anyway from the past week's failure. So yeah, I think I'm just going to be looking as much as I can in this location.
Okay.
And...
all right. In which case, let's get one more roll out. Who is joining the hunt for Gattu outside of Rada?
I will.
And Ben is.
Can we go and talk to Yahud Zort, the cargo specialist, because he is Gattu's closest friend.
Yes, you can.
So he may have some hiding spots.
That feels like the start of the next session rather than the ending of the session at 10:50 at night.
Let's go looking. I'm expecting that the Gattu is going to cuddle up to certain systems because they're nice and warm.
Okay. Can everyone who's doing a search give me an observation roll, please? And sorry, Lily, are you still there? I'm only asking because it's quite late.
Yeah, I can be. I have to admit, I was going to try lean into the whole what's happening with your Trapo thing and maybe say that Nilette asked Ben to go, I don't know, ask him something, but looking at the time...
This is the last roll just for the cat.
Looking at the time, I'll just say that Ben is helping them,
Yeah.
Yep.
Don't worry, you can
Nelly-
talk to your Treppo at the start of the next session.
And
Okay,
Nelly
cool.
got 3 successes.
Wow.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't get any.
I got one
I got
success.
0.
Ben
Zero.
got 1 success.
All right, I kind of love the idea that Nilette has levered herself up into the ventilation system, and in all of her frumpery and clothing and other things is crawling around, crying out for Gattu.
Hang on, I'm stuck. My hat's stuck in the inner hull of the ship.
That's right.
I was thinking about taking a new talent that was like giving you extra dexterity in tight spaces.
It's perfect. I think you should.
There is a talent for that. Yes.
I think you should take it. All right. So you are crawling through the ventilation shaft, and this is where we're going to end it. When you come across a kind of slumped, paralyzed Gattu, and let me open up the right one. Oh yeah, there it is. Nice. I will first of all remove the GM only on that picture. Save. And then the last thing you see is
like
That's not a happy friend.
pulling the her kind of coat around her face.
well, I was going to say, and as you're crawling towards it, you can see this kind of orange mold growing all the way through the shaft, and this kind of orange bloom, this kind of fungal bloom sort of sitting there. And as you crawl up to it, you can see the bloom sort of puffs out this kind of cloud of spores. And that's where we'll leave it for this session.
Oh god.
And
Yeah,
you think,
talent.
hold on, there's this stuff called orchid dust. I wonder where it comes from.